Hi everyone, I'm absolutely delighted to have Laetitia here, who's been on our Supermums courses. She's done both the admin and consultancy skills course and recently graduated and is now working as a Salesforce support consultant for an SI. So welcome Laetitia, it's great to have you here and thank you so much for sharing your story.
Hi, Heather. Yeah, I'm really happy to be there and to share my story with everyone.
Oh. So let's kick off. Where did you hear about Salesforce and why did you decide that this was a career option for you?
I started to hear about Salesforce in two directions. I've been for 14 years a digital media buyer, so effectively biddable media buyer. If you want to drill down even further, a paid search specialist.
Okay.
And obviously, there are some integrations between Salesforce and Google. So that was my primary kind of platform I was working on.
Okay.
So I knew there was the option there, what is Salesforce, etc. So I started to get a bit intrigued, and one of the things I was a bit frustrated about in my media career is that lack of 360 view of the customer, a bit fragmented. And at the same time, I have relatives who have careers in Salesforce.
Okay.
Um, so at some point during my career, I was like, I needed to change for me. I wanted to see something else, and also I needed to stop working for my family. And then what happened is that I actually very quickly found that I needed to do something. So when I left my job, I actually didn't have anything planned at all. It was like, okay, let's see, family's priority, let's see what happens after that. But reality was things had changed quite quickly. So I had that time I needed to do something with. And someone was telling me I didn't see myself going back to my old job. And I've been told, you know what, with your skill set, with your personality, with all your background as well, you should try Salesforce. So I was like, I don't know. And then I played on Trailhead. Literally, I played. Yes, I played on Trailhead. I found it very good. Really, I got hooked onto it.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
it.
yeah, yes. And then I was like, okay, so I got a job as an admin. Well, the truth is not necessarily something I want to advertise, but it wasn't fully admin. I was doing bits and bobs on the site as well. But yeah, this is how I got into Salesforce, really. I really got hooked on Trailhead. The thing is, I found that Trailhead was good, but I quickly diverted from lookup relationships, master data relationships onto Aura components,
Okay.
because the way it's built on Trailhead, you just click and click and click and click, and there are links, but sometimes you just it's not very structured, and you can quickly get lost actually.
Okay.
And so I'd been told about Supermums, so I think I signed. I can't remember if I started to follow you on LinkedIn or if I signed up to the newsletter. One of the others started first, and then I think that was around July 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think this is what I want to do, but I need to get serious. The Trailhead is good, but I don't really know where I'm headed. I know I need to have my admin cert, but I don't know what it covers. I don't know where to go. I don't know what it entails, etc. So I was like, I need proper formal training, and just keep seeing those reminder. At the end of August, I was like, okay, I think that's my calling. I need to do it now. So I signed up, I think, like maybe 2 weeks before the course actually started.
Okay.
But like seeing the people I knew doing what they were doing, I was like, I don't want to be an admin. I want to I want to be a consultant. I want to be able to deliver projects. I want to be able to go in, be the superhero, and then leave them off with like something that works, etc. I didn't see myself really just resetting passwords, managing permissions, and that kind of thing. I mean, it's really needed, and I think like some people do it very, very well, but I think like everyone needs to know exactly what they're good at and what they want to do to be successful. So
Interesting observation. It's good that you kind of figured that out and worked out, because based on your personality and what excites you. And I love the fact that you said about being a superhero as well, feeling like you're helping people and sort of solving their problems. That's lovely. And what do you think the Supermums course gave you as the added value then? Because you said obviously doing Trailhead versus Supermums. What do you think you got out of the Supermums course? That did it give you new confidence and capacity to get your next job?
So I think for Supermums, the good thing is that it takes you right at the start what you need to understand at the very beginning. So the very basics: what is Salesforce, what is an object, what is an app, what is a record, etc. All the way onto like flows, and it flows actually quite nicely. Really, really liked the live session where I'm not saying this enough, too much, but maybe not enough. Like Liam is really exceptional, is really great, really, really patient. I think I think like for the program, for the admin program, what I really liked is one, the structure, two, the live sessions where you have someone to talk to and ask questions to as you go along. But during the sessions, you also have like all the live situations, like the live demos that you follow along.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. And then the work, the homework afterwards, you just like in a real kind of world situation where you have your business case and this is what you need to do. So how do you solve that problem?
Yeah.
And you, well, obviously there's a community, but you're almost just like yourself with yourself trying to fix that and find a solution. So I really like that because it enabled me to like repeat and build muscle memory, as Liam likes
Yeah.
to say. So that was really good, and having the mentor as well, it was really good because it made me questions things I was doing. They weren't necessarily wrong, but it was more like trying to guide my way of thinking.
Yeah.
So that was really quite good, and obviously like then leading on to being able to take the certification.
Absolutely. And you've done incredibly well. And I love seeing you out and about at events with other super mums as well. So have you built those friendships through the group?
Yes, absolutely. I think one of the massive advantage of Supermums is definitely the community. Like you go out, you're never alone, and even like if you have like any questions, like you can be sure there will be someone to help you out. So yeah, really like that.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing all of that. I'm really, really delighted that you've had such a great experience all the way through. And we'll talk about the exciting bit. Obviously, now you've got it sounds like your second job opportunity, but the one that you're kind of really dreamed of and what you've stepped into. So just talk us through how you found that job opportunity. And then you can obviously lead into telling us like what you're doing day to day now.
Yes, absolutely. So it was really tricky to start off with because the market is like it is. And especially so I started looking around February time, and there weren't many opportunities back then, but there was that one opportunity that I saw where they were looking. So I was through a recruitment agency. They were looking for, and I was like following actually your advice about finding your niche. They were looking for someone who is part marketing, which I've done in the past, and part Salesforce.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, there wasn't the role of my dreams. But I was like, that's gonna be my foot in the door for getting further, right? I did well in interview. I didn't get a job because they found me too junior,
Okay.
which was fair enough. But then that was that first interaction. So I went into discussing with the recruiter directly, saying, look, I think I'm the perfect fit for that role because I've got marketing experience, I've got Salesforce experience. So tell me more about that role. So this is how I got in touch with the recruiter, really. And then after that, it was just like one role after the other that they were showing to me, and I was really persistent as well. Following up with recruiters is really key.
Great advice.
Because, and it's like, honestly, looking for a job is a job on its own right. You have to put the effort into it. And then, yes, so I told you just before, I reached out to someone I knew, said that there was a role available, and I didn't follow through because of many reasons. But that recruiter that I was in touch with told me about it. I was like, okay, I know I want to go for that role. So I did all I had to do to get it.
You got it. So tell us what the role is and what you're doing day to day.
So I am a Salesforce Managed Services consultant. So on a day-to-day, I am dealing with support tickets. We have clients who have Salesforce and are experiencing issues, or they want new features development. And so my role is to look after those clients and make sure that if they have an issue or there's something that they don't know how to do, then I'm here for them, like either to fix or sometimes even train them. And if they want like a new piece of functionality, this is where the consultancy course comes in handy, because I'm like, okay, but why? Why? I think, and why again? And what are your reporting needs on that? Because, multi-select pick list. So yes, and it's great. I think like the Supermums training gives a very good basis, but obviously stepping into the real world, especially when you have to deal with things like Pardot and Einstein activity capture that you haven't dealt with in the past, or like in the course, it's a steep learning curve, but it's an amazing one.
Oh, I'm so delighted for you. And I just love hearing what you're saying, all those words, because I just like, oh, she's learned all this important stuff. It's very important to know day to day. And it's like you say, it's that muscle memory as well, isn't it? That you get taught things. And if you hear it, as well as obviously read it and see it and feel it, you'll master your trade. And I'm so happy that you're confident in your role now. And have you got the flexibility that you wanted? That's the other key question I suppose a lot of people have.
Yes and no. I think flexibility will come with time, just because like starting a new role, it's especially that fast paced, you have to know your stuff before you're able to be flexible enough. But for me, this is just the start of the journey. So it's a bit a trade. It's a bit a trade-off. Now it's not flexible, but it's because I know that somewhere in the future it's going to be so much more flexible.
Fair enough. And what does flexibility look like for you?
Um, I would say having the like just the opportunity to go and pick up my kids at 3:15,
Mm.
or like, and then being able to work after hours if needs be, without it necessarily being like overtime.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's that. Or like being able to start slightly later because I've got gym in that morning and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I definitely advocate for it. What I've been really inspired by is actually how Supermums have gone into companies and helped change policies and practices within those companies, and have sort of, represented obviously what the government's out there sort of supporting on around flexible working as well. I think, like you say, quite often it's getting in there, getting your feet under the table, doing a good job. But also even at interview stage, having those conversations. So hopefully, you're obviously a shining star, and enjoying your role. So I think advocate for that flexibility. And the world's your oyster with Salesforce, right? If you want to develop your Salesforce career as a consultant, obviously you can carve out the career there, or progress into different roles and companies as you go forward.
Yes, absolutely. I had a chat with like a few people already, and they're a bit stunned when I'm saying, "Well, I've got actually a roadmap of to where I want to be." They're like, "Oh wow!" So yeah, I think like I need like definitely what you said. I think I've got a plan for the next maybe 10 years. We never know what's gonna happen, but at least for me that's a starters, because even in my previous roles, I was just like moving with the flow. Yes, I got promoted, kind of stuff. Whereas now I'm like, okay, I know where I want to go. This is what I want to achieve. And yes, there was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot about it now.
Do you get to work from home? Is it remote, or do you go to the
Fully
office?
remote, yes, that's the perk. That's fully remote. I think for me, um, it was also like in terms of salaries, like I'm really happy with what like I managed to get, because so I was an account director previously. So obviously like I wasn't like in the 20s or in the 30s. And when seeing the market, I was like, wow, I'm going to have to take a deep cut. And that was a bit worrying for me, especially like everyone else, like you have to, like I've got two kids, so like life is tough. So for everyone, so I was a bit worried about that. But I found out that most of the roles that are in that range are usually charities. So
Mm.
yeah.
And your transferable skills as well. I mean, you've got obviously senior management, sort of senior level skill sets as being an account director. So that transfers over to help you get a slightly higher salary as well, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Great. Is there anything else you'd like to share with anybody? Any other top tips?
Um, I think like if you, I know it's a bit cliche, but if you love what you do, it will transpire, and that's gonna be easier to get that job that you dream of. The one thing I wanted to say as well is like I think you can, I don't know how it's going to transpire obviously like into like the redaction bit, but I'm really passionate about Salesforce. And I think like one of the reason I'm so passionate is because I see all the endless possibilities. You can pretty much do everything. It's a standard platform that you can almost, I want to say, fully customize to your needs. And I'm also like very passionate about data quality. And this is the bit I love about Salesforce, is that you can force your users not to make mistakes. So
Yeah.
yes, I think that's also why I love it so much.
Good. And that's what you've got to do, right? You've got to love your job and the platform. And I think people do fall in love with it. It's why there's such a big ohana, isn't it? There's a lot of people that are very fanatic about the product. And as you mentioned, actually going back to originally what you said, you see a lot of our supermums getting addicted to it because there's always more to learn, always more to do, and it gives you that variety, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, good. Oh, well, I'm so pleased. Well done on everything you've achieved so far. And I love the fact you had your Trailblazer hoodie there as well. And you are absolutely a trailblazer, Laetitia. So please keep shining. Please keep, I love seeing all these photos of you all at events and meeting up. 'Cause it's exactly the vision that I had for Supermums, is that, you know, you're not alone on this journey, and you're part of a bigger community that can help you. So looking forward to seeing what you do next. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Heather.
Thank you.